Been a while, hasn't it? For those of you who don't remember, our goal is to try and get to Tram Station B behind this door, but we can't because of the toxic gas behind it. So we need to find a way to get the gas out of that room so we can get to the tram station and get to the next part of the ship. And to do that, we're going to backtrack back to this security office. And the reason for that is there was a room here that we couldn't get to because there was this motion detector. And we can turn it on, but we can't get over to the motion detector before it shuts off and we can't get through the door. So we're going to use that holographic projector we got and set it up in front of the motion detector, and I have to censor this again because it's YouTube and I'm not taking any chances. Then we can just run over to the computer and switch on the motion detector. It sees the hologram, opens the door, and we're in.
Life support. Atmospherics. I can understand why they had all the extra security.
It's a good thing that motion detector isn't sentient, otherwise it would probably question why there was a naked lady dancing in front of the door wanting to get in. Anyway, let's say hi to Ronald, the third guy of this security crew, the kinda dense one. He doesn't get along well with Paul, but he does get along with Ivan Serrato, who he just calls Sarge because he can't pronounce his last name. Or remember his last name, one of those two. He mentions people going to alcohol because the food supply is short, and how he doesn't like alcohol or drinking because his dad would be a mean drunk, but Sarge was nice even though he said that Ronald would make a pretty girl. They received the shipment of Samantha. There's that thing again. And then people are trying to get to Tram Station B, and Sarge starts beating on the window yelling at Ronald because, well, toxic gas flooded that area and presumably killed a lot of people. And then, eventually, he died.
You were so young.
Focus, John.
Have a heart. Some of them are just fucking kids, Tia.
Don't you think I know that? You've only been awake a few hours now. I've been dealing with this for it seems like a lifetime.
I'm sorry. You're right.
Let's just get on with this.
Yes, get on with it! Anyway, now we can use the atmosphere controls to vent the toxic gas out of Tram Station B. And sorry about this little hiccup, the game lagged a little bit when I made this choice.
Attention. Atmosphere vented in Tram Station B.
Now is it just me, or does that voice sound like the artificial voices from, like, Me Tomo and shit like that from Nintendo? Now, as much as I want to, you can't take the holographic emitter with you again, so we're saying goodbye to Dwayne. And we're going to get a little bit of a door glitch. Hey, there we go. It's actually happened a few times when I do practice runs of this before I do a recording session. But for some reason, I don't have as much luck getting it to happen while I'm recording versus when I'm practicing. Now, we can do the control override. It's still going to ask if we're sure, but there's nothing to worry about this time because the gas is gone. And look at that, we're making progress.
I found her. Your daughter is in the medical bay.
Alright, let's do this.
Don't worry, that little hint of optimism John has, it's going to be crushed.
Tia, the tram isn't operational.
What do you mean? Can you fix it?
No, I don't think so.
There is no other way out of there.
There has to be. Let me look around.
Fuck, this is all falling apart.
And so we can't use the tram to get to the medical bay. And if you know how the ship works, we can't just walk down the tracks, because there are a bunch of pits that it goes over. So instead, let's take a look at some of these specimen transport containers.
Project Seed.
What?
Oh, nothing, just reading out loud.
Not only is this referencing some of the projects and experiments we saw or heard about in other people's PDAs before, but there's this little code underneath it.
This one was for hydroponics.
And we have another one here. You can probably tell exactly where this is going, but we have one more to look at.
Medical bay. This is it.
Yep, these are transport codes to get these containers from one part of the ship to the next. And they don't go to the tram. No. They have their own method of shipping.
Specimen transport.
Plan B is basically going to the post office with a giant box, jumping in and saying, "Ship me here."
Limb regeneration.
You might also notice that when I hover over the boxes, the descriptions give little hints about where they're going before we actually know where they're going.
Project Kitchen Knife.
You know what? I want to go there first, because we've heard such great things about Project Kitchen Knife from the past PDA entries. So each code is broken down into 3 different parts. And I don't know why they don't just use number systems in the future, but they apparently invented a squiggly line system instead. So this can be a little annoying at first. You basically have to either have like a screenshot of the codes to go by or write them down yourselves, which is what I did. And I know what some of you out there are thinking. What if we go to the wrong destination? Well, you can't. Because even though you can put in the codes for the other locations, each of them get this error message that says error on receiving platform and then the location you tried to go to. And it does this for every single one. Well, actually, every single one except the medical bay, which we just happen to have to go to. You know, when I first got to this part of the game, I got my hopes up because I thought I was going to get another achievement for finding another way to die by going to the wrong area, but oh well.
This is either brilliant or very, very stupid.
I'm gonna say both.
Quantum devices are not permitted in specimen storage. Quarantine procedures initiated. Quantum storage device reset.
Okay, let's see what we can see.
It definitely looks like the medical facilities. I think I'm on the right track.
Yeah, you're on the medical bay level 1. Your daughter is 4 decks below you. She is so close, John.
So close.
Not to be the bearer of bad news here, but next time on Stasis... no. Just no.